Hey guys, welcome back to yet another video, and today I'm back out here at the camp. Got a couple more weekends before the end of deer season, and I desperately need at least one more deer, at least a doe. So going back out here with the 350 Legend yet again, what I've been using this season, and we're going to go over the bullets I've been using, these Deer Season XP. We're going to talk about, their performance, how they've been doing so far on some game I've taken. I got some video footage of how they're doing on plates for accuracy, things of that nature. And hopefully we have yet another example today as to why I chose these bullets and how effective they really have been. Now, the gun that these bullets will be going in is my Savage 110 Trail Hunter, obviously chambered in 350 Legend. This thing has been a beast this year. Only an 18-inch barrel, though, not the 20-inch, so maybe the ballistics are a little less than what's printed on the box. Frankly, it doesn't really matter. Anything under 150 yards and really out to 200, this thing has been a beast so far this season. Well, with all that being said, time to get everything ready into the ATV and head out to the woods.
To begin this trip, I decided to go to a patch I don't sit at often. That's going to be number 5. All the way back here, it's pretty narrow, a little bit of grass in the back, but only a 100-yard shot. Now, I was hoping to see a deer. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case this afternoon. I had these pigs come out, so I ended up watching them, but decided not to take them today. And that's really all that happened for the first day.
It is a very chilly morning at about 23 degrees, but I decided to come out here and sit at the porch. Has a decent food plot out in front of it, and I just need a doe. I figured this would be a good opportunity to get one, and it was just too cold to go sit in a stand quite this early. I'll probably go do that this afternoon. But the problem is the food plot is still frozen up. It's abnormally cold at 23. We usually don't see that here. So I'm hoping as the sun gets a little bit higher, it'll start to thaw out the ground a little bit. And once some of this grass is thawed out, those deer will start to move and start to come in and around the patch.
Just as I had hoped, it did end up falling out a little bit and the deer started to move. Unfortunately, not in the patch I was sitting in. The way this works on the porch is you can actually see into the neighbor's patch. In a couple videos in the past, you've seen this as well. Granted, those does are about 250 yards away, and they're not on my property to begin with, so of course I wasn't going to take a shot on them, but it was nice to watch them. I had this little guy come out as well. A little bit of a messed up horn, but hey, it was nice to finally see a buck moving, and not only that, here's another one following right behind them. Now, both young bucks, so wasn't going to take them either. They, as soon as they came in, they were gone as well, but at least I had a little bit of stuff to watch that morning.
Was hoping for a little bit better luck this morning, sat for about 3.5 hours. I saw 2 does in the neighbor's patch, but they didn't stay around terribly long. Rise I packed up to leave, 2 spikes came out. I'm not going to make that mistake twice in 1 year, so obviously I let them walk. Just part of it. We'll have to try again this afternoon. In several videos, we've discussed why I've chose this cartridge. Long story short, I wanted something that would push through brush, but also be able to shoot up to 150 yards. This bullet will do it. It's a good brush bullet. You're able to push through some of this little bit thicker stuff if you're hunting in a ladder stand through the woods. But also, like today, I'm in a field. Having that pointed bullet, that ballistic tip, polymer tip, it's going to give it a little bit better ballistic coefficient. So it's shooting very flat between 50 and 150 yards. So I'm not having to worry about adjusting for height or anything like that. All I have to focus is taking the shot at where I set my scope at 100 yards. So one of the things to really consider, and with 350 Legend, there are some out there where you can see about 2.5, 3-inch drop. And I really think anything past 3-inch drop, 4-inch drop,
you're going to have to start adjusting for height. So that's what I was trying to mitigate by going with this bullet. And so far, it seems to have been working.
Sitting here in the second patch is always nice in the afternoons. There always seems to be some type of activity. Well, we had this turkey come out, and it's great to see them back on the property after a long absence. And these does. Now, although I really want some deer meat, it's just like fishing. You don't leave fish to go find fish. Well, I thought, well, maybe they'll bring in a buck. So I decided not to take one in this instance, and I really should have. You know, one of those things. But on top of those deer, I haven't had another species come in. That's going to be these pigs. Sounder came in all rushing to try to get a little corn, and I wasn't sure if I was going to take one or not, but I went ahead and got prepared just in case I made the decision to.
People are just starting to shoot now. Just had a load of pigs come into here. I'm really considering taking one. These are good eating size. Quite frankly, I've been wanting one anyway. And with them in here, I doubt those will come back. In a buck, I'd be shocked if it ran it off. So, maybe a bit of a meatball here. I'm gonna go ahead and start getting ready just in case I take a shot. No joke, as I'm sitting here looking at them, just had a neighbor text me. They want one of these pigs. So, we're gonna go ahead and try and take one of these small ones for them. Let's drop one. All right. I was really thinking about letting him go, but my neighbor, I'm not kidding, he just texted me and said, get me one. How about timing on his part? 350 Legend for the wind. It dropped right where it stood. Man, oh man. Couldn't be happier with that result. This is the first day of this weekend. We're still going to get a deer. But hey, he needed a pig. We're going to provide it. Plenty dark enough now. Let's go ahead and take a look at this pig. It went down pretty quick, so it's either going to be right in the neck or right in the head, either one. Let's go see. Well, there we have it, about a 25-pound pig. A 350 Legend, super accurate, nailed it right in the neck. It went down very ethically. Going to go ahead, grab the ATV. We'll pick him up. We'll get him loaded. My microphone just died, so you'll have to bear with me on the audio, but absolutely muddy pig back here. It's actually red underneath, believe it or not. But yeah, 350 Legend did a great job. This is probably 35 pound pig. And one of the good things is it's a 150 grain bullet. So it'll go after, you know, the big pigs and stuff like that. I shot one earlier this year, but these smaller ones, these really good eater size, it put it down pretty easily. Great shot to the neck, but it didn't just blow it apart like a bigger bullet would. So this 150 grain I found to be really effective for medium game. You can do anything from these smaller pigs to really large 300+ pound hogs, and of course does and bucks. While editing the video, I realized I must have inadvertently deleted a couple of scenes, but long story short, 350 Legend did it once again. Really effective for this pig. And that Deer Season XP 150 grain, that's what I've been using. Been a great cartridge that I plan to use for quite some time. But guys, that's really it. I do hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please make sure to share, like, subscribe for more. And as always, thanks for watching.